Natural ways on how to remove blackheads in ears. 1. How to remove blackheads in ears with rubbing alcohol. Do you want to know how to remove blackheads in your ears naturally? Then follow this method to make blackheads vanish overnight. Basically, rubbing alcohol sterilizes your affected area and even destroys the blackheads, causing bacteria more quickly. You need to prepare 1 teaspoon of rubbing alcohol. Cotton balls. Directions. Take 1 clean cotton ball, saturate it with rubbing alcohol and then squeeze out the excess alcohol gently. Presently, apply all over the blackheads with this cotton ball and leave on the application entire night. Discard the cotton ball in the next morning and clean the area using plain water. Follow this process every night for 1 to 3 days to reveal a clean skin free from blackheads in ears. 2. How to remove blackheads in ears with warm compress. Do you want to know how to remove blackheads in ears naturally and faster? Then try following this tested and tried home remedy with a warm compress. A warm compress will help the skin pores to expand and easily eases the impurities that are clogged in the pores. You need to prepare 1 washcloth, 1 cup of water. Directions. Firstly, bring water, 1 cup, to a boil. Next, take the water out from the heat and then soak in a washcloth. Take the washcloth out of hot water carefully and later squeeze out the excess water. Take this warm washcloth compress and apply it over your blackheads and ears for 10 minutes. Repeat this way 3 times. 3. How to remove blackheads in ears with Blackhead Extractor tool. Again, do you want to know how to remove blackheads in ears immediately and naturally? Then opt for this simple way. You need to prepare 1 Blackhead Extractor tool, half a teaspoon of rubbing alcohol, cotton ball, required amount of benzoyl peroxide cream. Directions. Firstly, ensure to cleanse your skin as well as exfoliate the ear part carefully before beginning the blackhead extracting procedure. Then, sterilize this blackhead extractor tool using rubbing alcohol. Then, press down the extractor tool loop side firmly on the blackhead to let out all the impurities trapped inside your skin pore. Stay away from using excessive pressure to remove the blackhead at once because it can worsen your condition by causing scarring or infection of the skin. After that, apply the required amount of benzoyl peroxide over the affected area. Repeat this process once or twice to remove blackheads in ears. 4. How to remove blackheads in ears with baking soda scrub. Are you seeking alternatives for how to remove blackheads in ears? Then you should opt for this homemade natural exfoliant with baking soda to clear blackheads. Baking soda not only helps to treat acne scars but also helps to clear blackheads in ears. Baking soda can remove blackheads in ears because it's a gentle exfoliant and helps to balance the pH levels of the skin. You need to prepare 1 teaspoon of baking soda, half a teaspoon of water. Directions. Add a teaspoon of baking soda into a small bowl and add water drop by drop into the baking soda while mixing it. Next, make a thick paste and apply all over the affected part using this paste and gently massage with the help of your fingertips and circular motions. Let the application dry completely for 6 minutes. Finally, use lukewarm water to rinse off the application and pat dry the skin. To remove blackheads in ear completely, you should follow this tip once every day for 3 to 4 days. Source credit cool.com